Joining us now is Martin Iwe, Senior Researcher at the Institute for Security Studies, to shed light on this shocking discovery and its implications. Good evening to you, Martin, and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, your reaction to this discovery of the suspected illegal military training camp.
Yes, indeed, this story is progressing, and as days pass by, more and more details become available, which makes it even more complicated and more disturbing.
And speaking about, the issues of complication and how disturbing it is, looking at the images and videos that are currently in the public domain, does it have the makings of a military training base?
Look, yes, it could be. I mean, it could be military training bases come in different sizes, in different forms and different shapes. So, yes, this qualifies as a military base, but does that make it illegal? And arresting the 95 military trainees from Libya makes it right. Right now they are being accused only of visa violation rules, which is the only thing they can hold them against. I think the fact in this case, we are still not hitting it on the head. Because I think the problem here is that we have people from a country that is at war, and we are training them, and the law in this country prohibit that, and therefore, are we really looking at the right direction? Are these people wrong in coming to South Africa? Yes, they got the wrong visa. Are they right in training at this camp? Well, they paid someone. Someone took money for it. Someone organized them to come here. Someone actually supported that visa. I don't think Home Affairs will give visa to 95 people without someone in South Africa playing the host and backing those applications.
Yeah.
So, and therefore, we need to look at it from that holistic perspective to be able to really figure out what is wrong here.
The fact that there are still, theories on who they are believed to be linked to. You read various news reports suggesting different things. Listening to what you're saying as well about whether or not, authorities are looking towards the right direction. What does it tell us about intelligence gathering?
It tells us that the intelligence, they were behind on this. Even that, I still doubt it. I don't think that we can have 95 people in this country without someone in the law enforcement agency being aware and especially participating in this training camp. Yes, the training camp is a private property. It belongs to this company, which has been training people in the facility for some time now. And therefore, the question we are asking here is this particular training wrong? Yes, because the South African mercenary law prohibits South Africans from providing any form of training, from supporting individuals, supporting any group or any party that is involved in conflict. And we know that Libya is involved in conflict here. And therefore, should South Africans be providing training to Libyans, the Mercenary Act will tell you no. And also, I think what we are also coming to discover is that there were some violations of the Private Security Act of 2001, which again brings the issue back home for us to really look at the dynamics in which that act was or has been violated.
So should we as South Africans be concerned about intelligence gathering only? And I ask this in the context of, that drug bust, for example, that 2 billion rand drug bust where 2 Mexican nationals are currently being accused of, and also at a farm in Groblersdal in Limpopo. Now another farm, of course, coming under question here. So should we only be looking at either immigration laws or even intelligence when we are asking questions, or should we be asking questions on a broader scale?
That's a good question, because all of these, the issues that you just mentioned, they are very close by. The drug lab is not too far from this military camp. So being so close by, we are asking a lot of questions here. But the question that you have raised in terms of our intelligence capacity and whether we should only be looking at intelligence. I think it is right. Security is a very complex domain. It does not belong to just one area. Intelligence alone cannot save South Africa. So we need to involve all the entities. Home Affairs in issuing visas, it's also providing security. Port authorities, people at the airport, they provide security. Whatever they do in screening people, they are in that act actually trying to protect South Africans. And if there is or there are any errors in those actions, they can actually provide loopholes for people to take advantage and hit this country. So we need to see security from a very holistic perspective and to say there are so many agencies that provide security, not just the law enforcement agencies that we know, intelligence, the police, the Hawks, and so on.
So in light of that then, should we be getting regular updates and even a possible seriousness of this matter from the security cluster as well? Because I'm listening to what you're talking about and the fact that there needs to be a multi-pronged approach here.
Absolutely, absolutely. A coordination. We've talked. We will never talk enough about interagency coordination, and this is what was missing here. When Home Affairs issues 95 visas to people, and I know that there are way more than that. We are talking of 95 because these are the individuals behind bars now or on detention. When Home Affairs issues visas, especially to a number of people as big as this one, certainly it needs to alert the security agencies. Certainly there must be coordination with security agencies so that they can further investigate or even just put an eye on these individuals so that when they come into the country, they don't do things that are illegal, as we are seeing in this particular case.
Martin.
So there was, in my view, that lack of interagency coordination, and the cluster didn't work in this case, in my view.
Pardon me for interjecting there. So I'm listening to what you're saying, and you talk about the possibility of more. In your view, could this be the only camp, or do you suspect that there may be more illegal military camps or even illicit operations taking place elsewhere that we may not know about?
I think so. I think that if you look at the way these things work, and if these individuals are really from Libya, certainly they belong to a camp. And we are told that they belong to the 2020 group, which is a group affiliated with Khalifa Haftar, who is the default government of Libya. We know that there is the government of national unity, which controls very little territory, just Tripoli and a few surroundings area. But the person who is controlling most of Libya is Khalifa Haftar, General Khalifa Haftar, who controls so many other groups. And then you also have in the southern part of Libya a mixture of various militia, which are in some cases fighting each other. So when you have a group of 95 coming here, and we are told that they belong to Khalifa Haftar, it means that they could be more. Because what will Khalifa Haftar do with 95 people? To control the whole of Libya. Certainly, they will have sent a lot more, either in badges, that we've not been able to intercept the previous badges, but I think that this is not the first, and I don't think it might be the last. So there is a lot to this that we still need to dig deeper to get to the root of the matter. But I think that the 95, for me, it's a red flag. There is something bigger behind it.
A red flag indeed. Thank you so much, Martin, for your time.